This episode of Says Who is brought to you by you. That's because you give at patreon.com/sayswho, and we use that money to make this show. So that's why I say it's brought to you by you, because you literally bring it to you. It's patreon.com/sayswho, where pretty much every Sunday you get this all over again. You get me and Maureen doing a little thing we call the Town Watch. I have allergies. It's making the back of my throat real weird. So
I sound the same. So
I'm going to apologize in advance for weird throat sounds. Anyway, we do a thing called the Town Watch. I can't say watch. The Town Watch.
oh my
To
God.
get some water. Hang on.
Oh boy. You guys, we do have quite a show for you today, but the people presenting it are absolutely on the edge. We're on the edge, y'all. We are walking the tightrope, baby. He's drinking water, you guys. It's great. He's taking a big cold sip.
Out of my Olaf from Frozen glass that says, trust your journey on the other side.
Oh.
We got those for the little one. My God, like pre-COVID or so. I think when Frozen 2 came out, his whole preschool was all about it. Anyway, where every Sunday we do a little thing called the Town Watch. Look at that. I can say it now.
Wow.
That's me and Maureen being a little looser than this for about half an hour. And that's if you give it the $5 a month level. Throw another $5 on top of that and you get a sticker in the mail every month because you become a member of the Says Who Sticker Club, which is a great club. You get great stickers every month. I make them and then we ship them to you, just to you. Anyway, patreon.com/sayswho.
Hey, y'all. Listen up. Book season's here. And I want to really thank you, everyone who's read and sent me a note about You Are the Detective, the Creepingham Murder. And I've seen some of you leave reviews on places like Amazon and Goodreads. And honestly, you have no idea how much that helps. It is truly incredible. Thank you for enjoying it and buying it. And if you didn't enjoy it, thanks for that too. But it's out. It's going to be, hopefully you'll see it a bunch because it's going into spooky season. And I think it's a good kind of holiday thing.
It's a good little bookshelf table book right now, like the bookstore tabling it up near the front because you got that creepy hand on it.
I do think it's a good gift if you know someone that likes mysteries and you're like, well, should I get them? I think they enjoy it. So thanks for everything, guys. And I'm finishing up the Stevie Bell book and it's all good. Books.
Yeah. If you want to order some books on the internet, you can always go to kickbezosintheballs.org. That's our own little bookshop where we have easy clickable access to all of Maureen's stuff, plus links to books we mention on the pod, and there's a search bar. You can find any book there, and we get a little cut of that, and that would be great. So that's at kickbezosintheballs.org. While you're buying things on the internet, you can always go to merch.sayswhopodcast.com, where we sell Says Who merchandise. And if you're, into typing things into little boxes on the internet, you can always go to dansinker.com/follow and sign up for my own little newsletter, because I would love if you did that. That would be great for me and you, the internet. I drank a bunch of water, and now I kind of feel like I'm going to throw up. Is that a problem?
I don't know, sir.
Oh, no.
Hello.
What? Maureen.
Who are you looking for?
I guess I'm looking for you. Who are you?
Me? Why, I am Gilda von Piano Feathers. I think I've someone named Maureen must have been here because I keep seeing her things, but apparently she just left. She said it was all just a bunch of fuckery, and she went out the window into a hot air balloon, and I live here now.
Okay.
Hello.
Don't need this shit.
What? Oh, sir. Please don't swear in front of me. I'm part of a
Oh
royal
my
family.
God.
I'm a countess. Yes.
Are you? That's great.
Ask me where I'm from.
So, where are you from?
Lucelvania.
Why is that funny?
It's not. It's just where I'm from.
Okay.
I'm a countess.
That's great.
Yes.
I'm happy
Maureen
for
just started
you.
spitting in place and said, "Goodbye. I can't take it anymore." But then she sent for me. I'll be doing this show with you.
Oh, God. Please, no. Please, no.
That's right.
No. We could just do a normal thing, Maureen. We could just do
Well,
the show.
whoever Maureen is, I'm sure she would tell you that the likelihood of us doing something normal at this point are pretty fucked.
God damn it. Hey, I thought you didn't like swearing.
That's not a swear word in Lucelvania.
Christ.
My father's name is Fuck. Fuck von Piano Feathers. Count Fuck von Piano Feathers is my father. We better get into this, Dan, because I think there's only so long I can keep this up, and there's not really anything I'm keeping up. I'm just sort of doing a slightly higher voice. We're really scraping the bottom of the barrel for the current events, huh? Desperate times.
All right, let's just play the stupid music.
Dissociation rules. Welcome
Oh man, that
to
was so sad.
Sayswhovia, the podcast that's not a podcast.
It's a coping strategy. I am Dan Sinker.
And I'm actually Maureen Johnson.
I'm really I have like glue phlegm in the back of my throat or something.
And when I started talking today, I realized I sounded like this, and I have no idea why.
You know, it's because everything's going great.
Mm-hmm. Boy, oh boy, is it going great. How are you, Dan?
We are recording this a day later. I got a series of texts from Maureen this weekend, I think, that were like, I'm so sorry, can we push this? Can we push recording back? Can we? And I'm like, yep, that's no problem. Like, we can do it on Wednesday. What time works for you? And you were like, as late as possible. And I was like, okay, I can't do it after this time. You were like, ah. And then the next day I get more texts that are like, actually, we can do it the normal time. And then at that point, I had already moved some stuff around to clear out today. So
yeah,
I can't do that. And you were like, okay, it's fine. So just from context clues, I discerned that maybe things aren't going great.
Well, they're moving. Have you ever seen the contest in England, the cheese rolling contest?
No.
There's an event, I think it's in Cheddar, but it's maybe in Cheddar Gorge, but there's a town where they roll a giant cheese down a hill. And you have to run down the hill after the cheese to try to catch it. And basically that involves a bunch of people falling down a hill after a cheese.
Okay.
That's my workflow right now. You know what I mean? Like, there's progress. We're getting towards the cheese. But there are lots of me, and we're all falling down the hill together at various speeds and levels of safety.
You talking about a small town contest reminded me of a contest that I just learned about this summer as we drove across the Mississippi River. There are two small towns north of I-80 on either side of the river that have, for years now, done a tug of war across the river every summer.
Wow.
And for those of you unfamiliar, the Mississippi River is gigantic.
That's a lot.
But Maureen, They call it Tugfest.
I don't know what to say, really. That okay.
The people that take part in Tugfest are called Tuggers.
Yep. Yeah. Okay.
That's all. Just wanted to introduce the lexicon of Tuggers and Tugfest.
Hello.
Illinois defeat Iowa in a clean sweep at the 37th Tugfest.
I'm interested. Tell me more. Oh, I can't. She can't come today.
It joins the cities together, gives something for the cities to build on. A little trash talking back and forth, making fun. It's good for both cities, said Jeff Thone of Iowa Side's Tugmaster.
So they have to boat out the ends of the rope across the Mississippi.
They pull it. They're teams on either side of
but I mean to get the rope from one, like to stretch it.
Yeah.
And then you boat it. Yeah.
Yeah. Tugfest has been a tradition since 1987. It pulls in hundreds of people from all over the country.
And then you fall into the Mississippi if you...
Quote, we all grew up together. Come down. It's always a big thing for us.
Do you have to wear a life vest? In case you get pulled into the Mississippi?
The photos that I've seen, they don't appear to be wearing life vests. They're on, like, the ground.
Yeah, but do they get pulled into the Mississippi if they...
Tuggers said that it's always a special experience to see a new generation getting excited for the event.
I would do that.
The more the better. In years past, we were so short of people, we'd need to tug 4 or 5 times a day. This is hard. It wears you out doing that.
Oh my God.
So we always love seeing new tuggers. Come down. We're like a family.
Why are you doing this?
It's your cheese thing. The best thing is your cheese thing was some sort of metaphor for something else, and then I immediately thought of Tugfest.
I mean, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Can I recommend a show to you?
Sure. It doesn't involve tugging, right?
No.
Okay.
Wayward Pines on Netflix.
Okay.
Starring noted Canadian thirst trap Mae Martin, who wrote it.
Oh, yeah, from Taskmaster a few seasons back.
Yeah. They are multi-talented. So they were also in a show called oh my God, what was the other one called? Feel Good, which was like a romantic drama that I think they also wrote. But this is a full-out mystery.
Oh,
and
really?
It's a good one. Yeah. And it takes place, I'm trying to figure out I think it takes place in the late 90s.
Okay.
But it's about a cop. So they play a cop and their wife moving back to this town with a reform school in it called Wayward Pines, and it's up in Vermont. And I do
this
also feel
slightly M. Night Shyamalan thing.
Is it?
Apparently.
He's involved? He's
an executive producer and directed the pilot.
Oh, that's interesting because it's actually good. So
yeah,
some of his are real hit or miss.
I'm floored by this.
But there's a reform school in town called Wayward Pines, the director is played by Dan, I'm blanking on everything today. Just give me her name. Australian actress. She was in Knives Out. She's
hold on. It's not called Wayward Pines, Maureen.
What is it called? Was it just called Wayward?
It's just called Wayward. Wayward Pines is an entirely different
shit.
thing. This is why I'm fact checking you in real time here.
Okay, sorry. Well, the school is called Wayward Pines, so that's probably why I'm confused because the school in the show is called Wayward Pines and the town is called Wayward Pines, and apparently the show is just called Wayward. And the name I was searching for is Toni Collette. And she plays the school's director. And imagine if her character from Knives Out was evil and incredibly calm. They're both so good. They're so good. But it's this, what's going on in this town? with these students. It's one of those schools that's like an Outward Bound or that really terrible famous reform school that got shut down. It's like you send your wayward kids there and they are basically prisoners in the school. But
Okay.
it's really good. And
that sounds great.
it's a genuinely good. I kind of stumbled onto it. I put it on while I was doing some dishes the other day, and I was like, holy shit, this is great. And Mae Martin is so good. And another thing about it that is just so cash and great, and I'm sorry for just saying cash, it was because my throat kind of glorched on the UO because
It's okay, man. We're cash here, Maureen.
I have a little thing in my throat. When I tried to say casual, I felt like it was going to crack. But
that was me and Watch.
They are playing. They're just he in it.
Yeah.
And they haven't fully transitioned yet. So they is the Mae Martin and he is the character. So, but he's just he's just there. Like, it's just clear that he's halfway through a transition and he's like, he kind of talks about it just a little bit, but then it's just totally fine. And it's
not like a major plot.
No,
point.
Everybody from the beginning is like, hey dude. And like, it's just he the whole time. It's never confusing. It's never like, it's just he. And I'm like, well, that's how you fucking do it. That's great. So
that's awesome.
It's just, but they just play this cop who he is just in this situation where he knows his wife is pregnant and this wrapped up in this very, very weird school in town that seems to be working together. Anyway, I've said a lot of wrong things in this, like calling it the wrong name, but
I'm just glad that nobody's running off to watch an M. Night Shyamalan film.
Yeah, the conclusion is fair because everything else in the story is called Wayward Pines, and maybe they didn't call it Wayward Pines because it already existed and they called it Wayward.
I mean, I think that's probably almost certainly why.
Can I just say, I feel like Netflix is chasing me because Wednesday is set sort of in Vermont where Ellingham is. And there's some elements of Truly Devious. And I wrote Truly Devious first, so I'm like, nobody can accuse me. But there's stuff in there. I'm like, that's really Truly Devious. Like, and now we have another school in Vermont that's like, there's elements of the book I have written now. Stuff happens in this that I'm like, that's actually like something I'm writing right now. Is Netflix hiding in my house? Because
they might be.
Yeah.
They're creeping up on you. On other culture elements. We could just do this instead of talk about the shit show that's been this week. Slow Horses is back.
Oh, fuck yeah, it is.
And I'm excited because they finally realized that the second best character on the whole show is Roddy Ho, and maybe they should just do the whole thing about him.
He's good. That guy, the guy who plays Roddy, is great.
Amazing.
I love Shirley. If you don't watch Slow Horses,
Shirley's good.
Shirley's really good. Do yourself a favor. They're all good. That's the thing, is they've got, and the cast, aside from a few characters, keeps changing because a bunch of them die and things happen to them. But they tend to die. But it's so goddamn funny. But it's like it is a proper spy drama that is also very funny. It reminded me how much I love spy novels.
Okay.
So I went back and read a bunch of classic and modern spy novels. I just read Len Titans' Berlin Game. But I like a spy novel. I like a spy. I didn't realize how much I like them.
Okay.
Yeah. But Slow Horses.
I just finished reading an amazing book.
What?
It's called The Sons of El Rey. The novel about a luchador family, and every chapter is like a different POV, from the grandfather to the father to the son and the grandfather's wife, and it just switches the whole time, and it's amazing. It's this kind of sweeping grand epic of their what is ultimately sort of a sad life, but it was great. I made the mistake the other day. I just don't sleep anymore.
Right.
So maybe it was a mistake. Instead of laying awake at night, I was like, oh, I need to finish this chapter. The chapters are really small because they like flip POV constantly. And I was like, I just got to finish this one. And I was like maybe halfway through the book, and it's a chunky book. And next thing I knew, it was like 3 or 4 hours later, and I finished the book.
Dan, I think about this short chapter thing a lot. I don't write particularly short chapters.
No.
Mine run at about 2,500 to 3,000 words.
Yeah.
That's about how I like to do it.
Yeah.
There's a new Dan Brown book out. Bless his heart. It's called Secret of Secrets. And I can't stop laughing. It's just so good. Because his whole thing is always like the secret of this, secret. You can find the secret. Now it's the secret of secrets. I'm like, God damn it. Good for you.
How do you make the sequel, though? The Secret of Secrets.
He's constantly topping it.
The Secret or Secret.
I love Robert Langdon. I feel like reading my love letter to Robert Langdon right now.
Maybe don't do that.
Why not?
It's great. That's a great Town Watch item, though.
The love letter to Robert Langdon.
Yeah.
Have you ever read my love letter to Robert Langdon?
I think that I may have a very long time ago.
I love him. He's the guy who doesn't want to be in this. He's real scared. He doesn't want to do it. And he's kind of bad at a bunch of stuff. And he actually doesn't do anything. Other people tend to do it, and he tends to just kind of fall down the hill behind them. It's great. The chapters are about 3 sentences long. In one book that I reviewed chapter by chapter, he is trapped by an evil guy who puts him in a fluid that you can breathe in. And so he's got Robert Langdon in a tank. So there's a naked Robert Langdon just trapped in a tank. I love it so much. Why not? Fucking put him in a tank, man.
Why not?
Everything you have to understand, the secret is always pyramids. Like in all his books, it's always pyramids. There's pyramids inside of pyramids. Just look for the pyramids. They're always pyramids.
I mean, spoiler.
It's always pyramids.
Okay. Makes sense.
I have so many thoughts on the subject. This could be an entire Town Watch series, my thoughts on Robert Langdon. And maybe I do a read of Secrets of Secrets, because
I was going to say, I feel like Da Vinci Code material is a little dated now, but you could probably bring it back if you loop it into the new one.
The one I did the blow by blow on was The Lost Symbol. That's the one where he ends up in a tank.
Okay.
And those chapters truly are like 2 paragraphs long.
Yeah.
I'm like, how? That's a real short chapter. And I kind of wonder, because I think people like short chapters because our attention span is changing. But at the same time,
I loved it.
If you have things you have to deliver, chopping up the chapters kind of arbitrarily, I feel like ruins the way my story's flowing. But then I'm like, am I too long? Like, I don't know. People seem to like it.
You're just stuck in the past, man.
Well, no, I think that they're also not that long. They're like 5 or 6 pages.
It's fine. It's fine.
Can you tell I've been thinking about this a lot?
A little bit. I can definitely tell that you've been thinking about it a little bit.
Partially, I've been doing a speed edit on the first part of the book. So
yeah,
getting in people into the story faster. Sometimes you have a lot, especially this is a 6 out of 7. I got a lot of information to deliver. Dan, we can't stall anymore.
Okay.
Let's go. What, Dan?
All right. Well,
tell me.
What?
Just tell me.
Yeah. I will.
Ruin my life.
The government is shut down. As of midnight last night, the government is shut down. For those keeping score, while it feels like we're teetering on a shutdown every few months, this is actually the first time the government has been shut down since December 2018.
We did it.
Which was surprising to me when I saw that.
We did it.
I do feel like I guess we keep thwarting it at the last second. Back then, was shut down for 34 days. So that's our marker. Also, it's worth noting that back in 2018, December 2018, the Republicans also held the presidency, Senate, and House. So, they're good, I guess, at shutting down
They
their
are.
own government.
They really are.
I mean, they kind of half-heartedly keep it open, so I guess it makes sense. Anyway, Democrats, to the surprise, I think, of all of us, are holding out this time.
Wow.
I know they are not holding out, Maureen, over, the authoritarian regime that we live under, the regular flouting of congressional powers of appropriation, their crackdown on U.S. citizens, or, a bunch of other big things. Instead, they are holding out to restore the Obamacare tax credits and changes to Medicare expansion, which happened in the big, beautiful bill. Now, I really need those tax credits.
Yeah.
Like, I really need those tax credits. And so I am appreciative of it, but I do feel like maybe they could have made a bigger deal about it back when they first went through.
Yeah.
Instead of now, when it does feel like there might be larger issues to take a stand over.
Like everything.
Like everything. Yes. They yeah. Like, I don't want to say they're completely ineffective because, I mean, I guess person should reward the fact that they didn't blink this time, but it does feel like they're fighting yesterday's battles when today's battles are raging on right in front of us.
They have not covered themselves in glory, Dan, or been I've at least because we've been one stern letter away from disaster.
Yeah.
As things, as parts fall off the building, they're like, we're going to send a letter about that. We're absolutely going to send someone's going to get a phone call.
That letter, they are going to just put
Those
that down and have to sit for a minute after they've read it.
Those letters are stern.
Yeah. The government shutdown means that millions of government workers are now furloughed. National parks are closed. And most non-mission critical services are paused. Social security checks are still going out. The TSA is still working at airports and all of that. On the plus side, the masked goons currently terrorizing all of us here in Chicago are now doing so for free.
Oh.
They're just doing it for the love of the game now.
Oh, cool. So does ICE officially not get their paychecks? Is that?
They're not. Apparently, they're not getting paid. I think that when things, I read something and I did not check the veracity of this, I will say in advance. But I read that, you will get back pay if you're working. They won't get pay currently. But the bonuses that they're supposed to pay out for new $50,000 bonuses if you join ICE.
Wow.
Those are not going to be paid because that is not how language is written. Like bonuses and things like that do not count for post-date stuff. So, but yeah, they're just out there wilding just for the love of the game.
It's hard
for the love of the game.
It's hard to articulate just how much I hate them.
Oh yeah.
It's hard sometimes when you see them, and I'm not saying anything new. I'm just having feelings sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've had a lot of It's been a feelings week where I've been really just, feels like hit like an air gun over and over again with just the oof. Oh, this is evil.
Yeah.
Suffering.
I mean, these fuckers are everywhere here right now. And this weekend, they went walking around downtown Chicago. Now, I want to preface by saying that this weekend was about as beautiful a weekend as you could ever get. It was like 75 degrees and sunny, like the kind of thing like late September. You bank that shit because you're like, pretty soon it's going to not be
Was
great
that song
out.
playing in the back, Do you remember
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And these fuckers were marching around downtown, which was full of people because it's gorgeous to be downtown on a warm, late summer, early fall day. They went around and fucking terrorized families who had gone to Millennium Park to enjoy it. They rounded up 2 children and their parents as they played in the fountain. Like, just bullshit. The father of that family is now at the Broadview Detention Center, and the mother and the kids are being held at O'Hare Airport, reportedly waiting for enough other women and children to be rounded up before a plane can be filled to take them to a facility in Texas. So, yeah, I got no fucking time for these motherfuckers right now. Like, they're literally 3 miles from where I am right now. They're apparently just wilding around, stopping cars in the middle of busy intersections and all kinds of shit, like literally happening right now. So fuck all these people. This has been ongoing here for a while, but it has now manifested in a couple of executive orders that have declared anti-fascism to mean enemy of the state, which now I get that I'm a reader and a writer, Maureen.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if you're declaring anti-fascism to be against the state, I think that means the state is fascism.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that does follow.
Yeah. I guess I appreciate the clarity.
It's that it's happening, Dan. It's happened. It's here.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're there.
Yeah, we're not beating around the bush when we're saying that to be anti-fascist is to be against the U.S. government.
And we're also not even going to get into the fact that there is no Antifa. It's just a phrase. It's just an acronym.
Yes. I have a long-standing theory, having been involved in radical far-left politics for a long time. My long-standing theory is that the entire term of Antifa actually comes from the right because there's a lot of crossover between right-wing movements in the United States and in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
And in Europe, anti-fascism is a thing that has been around for a long time. But in the States, we haven't really called it anti-fascism. We've called it anti-racism. We've called it... And so I remember when that term began to become fairly broadly used, including the odd pronunciation of it as Antifa, right? And I always was like, I feel like this, like we're aping the right's terminology here. And this is really looking at the European right. But anyway, so that's why I prefer to say anti-fascism, because at least it is what it is there. Anyway, what that has now boiled down to is shit like this Truth Social post from Trump this weekend saying, quote, at the request of Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, I'm directing Secretary of War Pete Hegseth to provide all necessary troops to protect war-ravaged Portland and any of our ICE facilities under siege from attack by Antifa and other domestic terrorists. I am also authorizing full force if necessary. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
War-ravaged Portland. Those voodoo donuts are hard to get.
Ravaged Portland.
This is a Portlandia episode. Just a real dramatic one.
I mean, it is especially funny to pull out Portland as your example of war ravaged when really like its main thing is like put a bird on it. Like, what? I've been to Portland a bunch.
Listen, those people are going to come after you on unicycles.
The waxed mustache brigade is just going to come right out.
Yeah,
with
so
their mixology.
Are
They'll come
there
after you?
Are they there yet? Are the troops there yet in war ravaged Portland, or are they just on their way?
So he has attempted to commandeer 100 Oregon National Guard troops, but it sounds like, well, one, the governor is like, we don't need this, we don't want it. Two, it sounds like they're kind of slow rolling. I read yesterday that it's going to take at least a week for them to be ready to go. But at some point, he actually talked to the governor of Oregon, because then he described their conversation as, she was very nice. But I said, well, wait a minute, because she was calling to say, it's not war ravaged, we do not need help, like, this is fine. This all seems to stem from the fact that the Portland police are not working with the feds and are in fact investigating the feds for overuse of violence and shit. Anyway, so she said, we don't need it. He said, but I said, well, wait a minute. Am I watching things on television that are different from what's happening?
And here we have a very interesting statement.
Yeah.
It's like we've opened a door to his mind palace.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting because it is a stated confirmation of, I think, what we have all assumed all along.
Right. That this is a circular firing squad of Trump watching Fox.
Yeah.
Fox reporting on Trump.
Yeah.
And making reality.
Fox News up to this point has been interspersing their coverage of resistance to ICE has been liberally filled with B-roll from the 2020 prolonged kind of battle that happened in Portland, right? So he is seeing 5-year-old footage on his television, and he is thinking, this is happening right now because it is the bed upon which discussion of current events are happening. So right. It is all kinds of fucked. But Maureen Johnson, what we really want to talk about is yesterday.
Yesterday was, Dan, I want to apologize to everyone because I may seem a little floaty this episode. It's because my nervous system is on the verge of collapse. Like, it's just been a little jolted over and over. And yesterday, I just feel like I keep putting my finger in an electrical socket.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to stop putting my fingers in electrical sockets because I can't help get ice scum off the street if I'm constantly busy putting my fingers in electrical sockets.
Yeah, there's that.
Yesterday, though, was a really electrical socket, yet informative, but maybe the craziest thing that's happened so far. I don't know. It's really hard to tell.
It's hard to tell because I feel like every single day I'm like, well, that's the craziest thing. It's not getting crazier than that. And then the next day happens. So I can't with any level of authority say that, yes, this is in fact definitively the craziest thing. But yesterday, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, who's, it's also worth pointing out, just a day or two before was subject of a gossip item in the Daily Mail. And I'm calling it a gossip item because it is the Daily Mail. That is not a particularly trustworthy source. But in the piece, Hegseth was described as, quote, dude is crawling out of his skin. Apparently, he has been super paranoid since the Charlie Kirk shooting, super erratic, and, quote, there's a manic quality about him, or let me rephrase, an even more manic quality, which is really saying something. So your Secretary of Defense is just like... Bugging.
And he's also a Fox News host.
Former Fox News host.
Never been in the military?
Was in the military.
Was in the military.
Achieved the rank of major.
Okay, was in the military.
But also he was blocked from working Joe Biden's inauguration because he has white supremacist tattoos.
Right.
So there's that. Anyway, he announced suddenly last week, and with no explanation, that he was calling all top military officials for a meeting in Virginia. And that happened yesterday. Now, that doesn't happen very often. He called all general and admiral class military brass from all over the world to fly to Virginia.
Pulled them out of whatever they were doing.
Yeah. Now, first of all, I just want to point out that if there's a more vivid example of how much we probably don't need as big a military as we've got due to the lack of threats that require it, I think it might be pulling all of your top brass and having them come to Virginia and announcing that that's happening days before, and not having any country go, well, now's my chance I've been waiting for.
Also,
Like,
all these guys will be in one place, just so you know.
yeah. Like, if I was China, I'd be like, well, I think we're going to go take over Taiwan now. But that didn't happen. So, there's that. Anyway, Hegseth opened essentially. And again, I want to point out, he achieved the rank of major. He told the room of generals and admirals assembled in front of him that they were fat. Saying, quote, frankly, it's tiring to look out at combat formations or really any formation and see fat troops. Likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the hall of the Pentagon and leading commands around the country and the world. It's a bad look. So you open by being like, hey, fatties, it's time to tighten up. He went on to say that women don't have a place in the military, saying, quote, there will only be male physical standards for combat jobs. And if that means there are no women in those roles, it is what it is. He also explained to all of these people, again, generals and admirals, that the role of the U.S. military is, quote, you kill people and break things for a living. You are not politically correct and don't necessarily belong always in polite society.
Question mark, question mark, question mark.
I just, like, the fact that he did serve in the military is genuinely perplexing, because, like, this sounds like somebody who's describing what the military does when their entire experience is playing Call of Duty.
Yeah. You're all a bunch of animals.
Yeah. You're just
act
fucking
like it.
Yeah, and he essentially said that, he essentially was like, and now you get to be unleashed.
Yeah.
Right? Quote, we don't fight with stupid rules of engagement. We untie the hands of our warfighters to intimidate, demoralize, hunt, and kill the enemies of our country. No more politically correct and overbearing rules of engagement. So that's great. He wrapped it up by saying, quote, if the words I'm speaking today are making your heart sink, yes, they are, then you should do the honorable thing and resign.
Okay, few things. Now, Dan, I've never had cocaine. Like I've said, I've never seen cocaine.
Yeah.
But I feel like he approached this whole situation recently and said, what would cocaine do? I know, a bunch of itself, and then it would call every political leader, every military guy around the world, the whole, not just America, but no. We'll get a room, we'll get a big room, we'll sit there and we'll put a flag up, a bit like the movie Patton. We'll have a big flag in front of us and I'll stand there and I'll be like, hey, fatties. And then I'll just, I'll be like, you just do anything, fucking do anything. We're not politically, just smash. Hulk
Fuck
smash.
a skull if you want to.
Yeah, like do what you want, Hulk smash, and then you can just take stuff and do stuff, and you fucking animals don't even belong here, you disgusting pigs. Anyway, here's the president. Smashed it.
Yeah, he was.
Do you think he walked off and was like, fucking smashed it?
Oh, yeah. He was like, yeah, I fucking owned it.
Fucking just did it. Oh, oh, just like the Ozfest of military conferences. Yeah, it's just,
Anyway, he was opening for Trump,
fun.
who was in real low power mode yesterday.
Yeah, he did not have the cocaine.
Kind of whisper rambling his way
Hello.
through a litany of complaints
Hello.
to a completely silent audience.
He doesn't
In
like
fact,
that.
he remarked on it at the very beginning saying, quote, "I've never walked into a room so silent before. This is very interesting. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. You're not allowed to do that. You know what? Just have a good time.
Just have
and
a good
if you want
time.
to applaud, you applaud. And if you want to do anything you want, you can do anything you want. And if you don't like what I'm saying, you can leave the room. Of course, there goes your rank, there goes your future, but just feel nice and loose, okay? Because we're all on the same team. And I was told that, sir, you won't hear a murmur in the room." It's real Jeb Bush energy there.
It's more than that, Dan. I don't even know what that is.
It sounds like a bombing comedian moving to doing to starting to do some like room work.
Yeah.
Like,
and they don't
about to be like, how many of you are here from out of town?
Crickets. You in the front row, what do you do? No answer. We're not talking to you. But that is when you put Trump in a vacuum. This is what he sounds like.
Yeah.
Just be loose. Do whatever you want. Of course, we'll kill you if you leave, but do whatever you want. Be loose. Be loose.
Yeah.
Be loose. Just be loose.
But it's just a fun time. We're here to have a fun time, guys.
That's a normal thing to tell a bunch of military guys that you've dragged from around the world and they've just listened to Cocaine Pete. Just tell them they were all fat and that they should be killing more people. No, he's like, look, just be loose. Listen.
Yeah.
God, just be loose.
Hey, it's cool. It's cool.
Is he like a drug dealer? Is he like, hey guys, just be cool.
Anyway, he rambled on about nuclear weapons, which he called the other N-word.
I was wondering what the other N-word was, and okay, because I heard
I saw clips nuclear.
Okay.
I'm not sure why you can't say nuclear.
This is full of alligators. Okay.
He also
dangerous waters.
Rambled about his signature, saying, quote, "I love my signature. I really do. Everyone loves my signature."
Everyone loves my signature.
He also talked about the paper that he signs that beautiful signature on, saying, quote, "We have beautiful paper, the gorgeous paper." I said, "Throw a little more gold on it. They deserve it. I want the A paper, not the D paper. We used to sign a piece of garbage. I want to use the big, beautiful, firm paper."
In this point, I agree with him. I'd love that. Just the nice, a piece of nice paper, can make a lot of difference.
Throw a little gold on it.
Throw a little gold on it. Put a bird on it.
And my personal favorite, he talked about the threat of walking downstairs too quickly.
Sure.
And this is a long one, but I'm going to read the whole thing.
I want you to.
I'm very careful. When I walk downstairs for like a month, these stairs, I walk very slowly. Nobody has to set a record. Just try not to fall, because it doesn't work out well. A few of our presidents have fallen, and it became a part of their legacy. We don't want that. You walk nice and easy. You don't have to set any records. Be cool. Be cool when you walk down, but don't pop down the stairs. So one thing about Obama, I had zero respect for him as president, but he would bop down those stairs. I've never seen it. Da-da, 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 bop, bop, bop. He'd go down the stairs, wouldn't hold on. I said, it's great. I don't want to do it. I guess I could do it, but eventually bad things are going to happen, and it only takes once. But he did a lousy job as president. A year ago, we were a dead country. We were dead. This country was going to hell.
Don't look at me. I don't know what the fuck. It sounds like he's describing a Bob Fosse number. He's not well. Can you imagine being a general that's been dragged across the world to listen to this? And you're the commander in chief and this guy are these people?
Yeah.
You're right.
And he's telling you.
Storm the stage. take over. I've never believed in a military coup before, but I don't know, just these guys.
I mean, that's the thing to me, is that if any other country, the other thing is they chose to televise this. This was not, we're not reading reports out, right? Like this was streamed. Any other country started streaming this, where the Secretary of Defense was off on whatever shit he was on, and the president was rambling at very low speed about how dangerous stairs are. If this was any other country in the world, all of these admirals and generals would have walked out of that room into the loving arms of covert operatives from the United States of America, explaining to them how to do a coup. like that's our whole bread and butter around the world, folks. And yeah, it was unhinged.
But there was more, Dan. And
there was more because really,
the more is one of the things that kept me from sleeping last night.
Yeah. Really, what he was there to do was to tell the assembled top brass of the military that there's a new enemy, and it is us. Quote, our history is filled with military heroes who look on all enemies, foreign and domestic. That's what the oath says, foreign and domestic. We also have domestic. He went on to say, I told Pete we should use some of these dangerous cities as training grounds for our military. National Guard, but our military, because we're going into Chicago very soon. That's a big city with an incompetent governor, stupid governor. And he went on to say the ones that are run by radical left Democrats, what they've done to San Francisco, Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, they're very unsafe places, and we're going to straighten them out one by one. This is going to be a major part for some people in this room. That's a war too. It's a war from within.
I talked to Oscar on the regular about how he feels about being here. And one of his red lines is martial law.
Yeah.
And stuff keeps happening where I go, I become that sort of gif of the man with the butterfly going, is this martial law? Like, is this what this is? And yesterday was again, first of all, is this even going to happen? Like, again, they're stretching themselves very thin.
Right.
I'm not sure. Like, it's unclear. Is the military going to be like, that's fine. You can use New York City as a training ground.
Right. Yeah. And yeah, there is a lot to ponder for sure as to whether or not these threats will happen. I mean, actually, I will retract that statement because they are happening in Chicago.
Yeah,
right?
They're happening in Chicago. But is that
happening at scale?
Right. But I guess one of my questions is who's doing it?
Right. Well, part of it is we don't really know.
Yeah.
Right.
ICE is all we have. I guess I know you know this, but I have to keep saying it over and over because they are masked, unidentified goons. They will not show you identification. They will not reveal their faces. They just show up and they take people.
Yeah.
So now separately, he's saying, I'm going to send all of these branches. What is the Navy going to come in and take over New York?
Oh, Trump did have a lot to say about the Navy and how they don't make nice looking warships anymore.
Well, finally someone's saying it.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, they say they're stealth, but they don't look good. Good.
It's fair.
Yeah, it's important.
Did he just call a warship fat?
Basically, yeah. Definitely called it an uggo.
Your governor this morning said, invoke the 25th Amendment. He's not a well man.
Yeah. Yeah. J.B. Pritzker has risen to the moment again and again and again, which I think I've said this before, but nobody is more surprised about that than me.
Everybody knows he's not well, Dan.
Yeah.
And whenever you confront one of these Republican fucks on TV and say, the president said, jibbity jabbity poo poo, I'm going to stick a feather in my eye. Can you explain that? And they're like, well, I'm not going to comment on, your interpretation of what the president said. And they say,
Yeah.
I just read the president's quote, dumbass. What the fuck? And they always just kind of stare blankly into the camera, the 1,000-yard fucking stare, because everyone knows he's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Dan, I feel, again, a little fried this week. Like I'm not processing this information well, but I'm still trying.
Yeah.
Because I want to always, instead of just going self-care, woo, 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 resilience is what the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
We need resilience in the face of this.
That was not to derail this, but that was the theme that I said early in the summer to the little one. I said, this is resiliency summer.
Wow.
You're going to learn to be more resilient.
Right.
Because he was spent a lot of last year being very easily thrown by things that he maybe should bounce back from a little bit quicker. And he did. We would kind of talk every now and then. I'd be like, look at that. Look at you. You're being resilient right now. And be like, I know. Anyway,
it's amazing.
Resiliency fall for all of us.
Right. And there are lots of examples to look back in history of how people got shit done in the face of falling bombs and madness.
Yeah.
I was thinking about things like, let's just say the London Blitz, a good example of bombs falling, and everyone talks about the keep calm and carry on, etc. But one of the unifying factors was they knew who the enemy was and they didn't feel insane. Whereas we're being challenged on fundamental realities from all directions. The concepts, we're being flooded with information, and concepts of things are being shifted just instantly.
Oh, yeah.
So how do you cope in the face of that? And in some cases, it means turning off the valve. That doesn't mean, as I keep explaining myself, not paying attention to what's going on.
Right.
It's not drinking the shit they want me to drink.
Right. And I would add, not drinking from the fire hose.
Right. Yeah.
Even when
then you'll drown.
Even when you think that it's not the shit they want you to drink, but it's only grade A, good shit.
Right. Because
24/7 funneling that good shit into your brain is not helping.
One of the questions, and now I always ask myself, is this telling me anything new?
Yeah.
I don't need more information that Trump is gibbering on, that, that ICE is evil, that I just need to know where the fuckers are.
Yeah.
And how many of them there are. And there's been a lot of very interesting community, like just looking back on my Blue Sky for a second, there's just threads on like, here's how you prepare for a protest. Like, here's protective coating you can put on your skin. Here's how you do this. Here's how you do that. Here's how you do a set up neighborhood protection units. Here's how you LA Taco. I watched a whole presentation they did the other night on how to form community.
Yeah.
Like groups to like look for ICE and protect each other. And even your governor, who again, I know it's your talk, came out, was like, film them.
Yeah.
Go out and film them. Yeah. I'm like, that's good advice.
I mean, the flip of that is they're actual journalists, not just folks holding phones here in Chicago and in New York, that are getting brutalized by ICE.
Yes.
Multiple
hospitalized yesterday
over the weekend. Yesterday in New York, a photojournalist. So I do feel like, while yes, I appreciate that the governor was out there saying, hey, film all of this, I do wish that he said, and if you get attacked for it, we've got your back. He didn't say that part, because you are putting yourself in a potentially precarious situation if you're walking around with the phone videotaping ICE.
Dan, one of the big questions that came out yesterday is, again, I feel like I'm holding the butterfly going, is this But I was like,
Yeah.
is this civil war? And a lot of people wondered that. Did he just declare war on us? Did he
Right.
just say, I'm sending the military into New York because you're the enemy?
Right.
That feels very Civil War.
Yeah.
Then the question remains, is it going to happen? But I
Right.
think he declared it.
Yeah,
It's a
I don't
hard-
know that yeah.
It's a hard butterfly to hold in your hand.
Yeah. I mean the thing about that particular butterfly is that we're a country of 250 million people.
Right.
Right? Like and we are talking to each other from metropolitan areas
Mm-hmm.
of many, many, many millions of people. So martial law is going to be asymmetrical. It is not going to be everywhere because we do not have enough troops to occupy every place. Even the cities that he outlined, there are not enough troops to truly occupy that. I mean, one of the things about what's been happening here in Chicago, and that is it is reflective of what has been happening for months now in Los Angeles, which is these are huge places. This is massive amounts of distance
Yeah.
and area. And so there can be real shit going down, and you would never know if you are a few blocks away, because we're talking, in Chicago, there are probably, the goons that marched down Michigan Avenue this weekend, there were about 50 of them, like that's not a lot of people to spread across a very large area. So, martial law is here. It's
Yes.
just not equally distributed right now. So the butterfly is yes.
For my
It's
sins,
just
Dan.
a question of is it touching me yet?
Do you remember when a while ago I said I'm going to go watch that stupid movie Civil War because I feel like it might show me glimpses of the and there's
I don't
issues.
remember that. But
And you were like, why would you do that?
yeah.
But
I do remember that part.
But that does happen in that movie, and it made sense. It was like it happened in places.
Right.
Like you would go into places and that would be happening. And then you could kind of travel through to the next location.
Yeah.
And that, it starts off, I believe she's in, I can't remember what city she starts off in, if it's New York but then she travels to DC, and DC is really hard to get into. And the president is like kind of holed up somewhere. Yeah. So it's basically the battles were only happening in certain cities, which is actually, how war works.
Yeah.
That is how wars are. The fronts move.
Yeah.
It's a question of shots fired. Is that it? Is it Boston Massacre? Is it the first time a civilian gets shot?
I mean, civilians have been shot. There's a guy that was shot and killed in Chicago 2 weeks ago. Right. Dropped his kids off from school in Franklin Park, Illinois, a ring suburb, and was stopped by ICE. They claim that he hit one of their officers and dragged them with his car, and they shot him. But their own body cameras reveal that none of that was true, which everyone kind of knew at the beginning. So, I mean, they already are.
Is this coping right now? I think it's processing.
Yeah.
Because it's very hard to process this information.
Yeah.
But there are more of us.
There are significantly more of us, and they are weaker than they portray themselves.
And I am anti-fascist.
Yeah.
I hate them. I hate Illinois Nazis. I hate them.
Yeah. Hate them. Hate them. All of those fuckers.
You guys, this is tough stuff. Resilience. It's resilience fall.
Yeah. It's resilience fall. That's what it is.
That is what the moment requires.
Yeah. It requires resiliency.
And we don't always feel resilient. But that doesn't, even when you don't, because sometimes this week I did not feel resilient.
Yeah.
But that is okay. The point of resiliency is that you don't always feel resilient. You just work through the moment. Allow the fact that the nervous system is overwhelmed, that the brain is overwhelmed, that stuff is going on.
Yeah.
Resiliency means dealing with those things, and then moving on. Because it's not like this situation is a fixed point. It's a moving situation. We will ebb and flow. Our energies will ebb and flow individually.
Yeah.
We will work individually and together. So we all work in different, by that I mean we work in different areas. Not everybody has, just like, I have to do this, 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 and this. It's like, no, you work in an area.
Yeah. And you do what you can, and you acknowledge that this is a long thing to live through, and it is going to take, I think a lot about back in the Punk Planet days, we did an interview with Noam Chomsky.
Wow.
And two things with that interview I will always remember. It is probably the only interview that Noam Chomsky has ever done where he talked about Pokemon cards. So that was pretty great. But the other thing he talked about was how, folks that were involved in anti-Vietnam stuff and his contemporaries from the 60s and 70s, many of them were not around anymore, and he talked about how essentially, you have to look at this as a marathon and not a sprint. You have to time yourself out. You have to take the beats and the moments that you need, because we need you here for the long haul, not just for the short.
And even some of those interim activities where you're spending time with people that you have also hate fascism, and you can hate fascism together over just some dinner.
Yeah.
You can just be together and hold each other, watching some TV. Maybe, again, I keep saying I'm going to get together on the board game arena. I got to do that. I've just been trying to make time for everything. Guys, there's been a lot going on. Extra stuff came up, guys. Extra stuff came up.
I would highly recommend you don't make promises that are demands of your time, because your time is beyond stretched right now.
It's just gotten a little goofy.
Yeah,
here in
a lot goofy
in the MJ Enterprises. Not bad, just goofy.
Yeah,
goofy. But that's all we have. I mean, this week has been a real something.
It has, in fact, been.
There
a
are
real
more
something.
of us than them.
Significantly more of us.
Oh yeah. Again, this is Wizard of Oz shit.
Yeah.
The battle against people who hate other people is a long one. It stretches throughout history.
Yep.
The job has always been take care of each other. It's not. That part has never changed. Womp womp.
Womp. Yeah. It is a long one. We're in it together. And Says Who is made possible by you through your support of our Patreon at patreon.com/sayswho. That is our Patreon, where we do this all over again. Sometimes it's a little funnier. On Sundays, if you give it the $5 or $10 a month level, you get the thing that we call the Town Watch. That $10 also gets you a sticker in the mail because you become a member of the Says Who Sticker Club. That's all for you at patreon.com/sayswho. Our theme music is performed by Ted Leo. He is out on the road right now. You should go see him. Our logo was designed by Darth. You can contact us at sayswhopodcast.com on Blue Sky, at sayswho at omfg.town on Mastodon. You can always send an email at HEY at sayswhopodcast.com. You can join the discussion on Facebook at /group/Sayswhovians. Our Facebook group is moderated by Janice Dillard. Thank you, Janice.
Thank you, Janice.
There's also the fan-run Discord server at tinyurl.com/sayswhodiscord. Whatever you do, spread the word, subscribe, leave stars and reviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever it is that you listen. And you can join us next Wednesday, October 8th, for our very next episode. Yeah, we are fully in Says Boo season now. From my basement in Chicago, I am Dan Sinker.
And I'm Maureen Johnson, and I'm just seeing that my Iceland Noir, I've been officially announced at Iceland Noir. And I'm very, very, very excited about that. Dan, the lineup continues to get amazing. Can I read you some of the lineup?
Hell yeah.
So Hwang Dong-hook, the creator of Squid Game.
Wow.
George R.R. Martin.
Yep.
Actor and author Richard Armitage. Irvine Welsh. There's a lot. Eliza Reid, who is she is the first lady of Iceland, but she is also an author. Siri Hutzveld, Emily St. John Mantell. There's a few Scandi names that I will get wrong if I try to read them. A lot of Scandi noir authors, but also most puzzlingly, and so far my favorite, Nicola Sturgeon, former Prime Minister of Scotland.
Sure, why not? That dude loves noir.
So, just imagine all of us: George R. Martin, Richard Armitage, Nicola Sturgeon, and me sitting in a lagoon together.
It's perfect. I remember that I have one more ask, which is Rebel Spirit, my podcast that I do with Akil Hughes, is up for 2 awards right now. They're part of something called the Signal Awards. We're up in 2 categories. One is comedy, which is fantastic, and the other is activism, public service, and social impact. I would love if you voted for us in both of those. We are second in comedy. We are losing only by 2 points right now to Samantha Bee, who, let's face it, has enough awards now. And you know who doesn't? Me. So you can go to vote.signalawards.com and search for Rebel Spirit. They'll both come up. If that sounds too hard, you can always go to rebelspiritpodcast.com, where there's a little banner right at the top that'll bring you to our page that has 2 links to the 2 categories that we are up for. So go do that. And this has been Says Who.
If you heard scrabbling, it's because Dexy came into my office and I have a number of blankets and pillows. And on a daily, she comes in after her walk, scrabbles all of them down into a special formation.
Yeah, makes a little nest.
Sometimes covering herself, and then settles in for a nap, which she has just done.
She's
very cute, but I always have to reassemble the sofa every time.
Sounds right.
Reassemble yourself. Get in that sofa, you guys.
Make a nest.
Make a nest.
Put a bird on it.
And that's been me, Gilda von Piano Feathers. And my father, fuck von Piano Feathers, the Count.